Hi, everyone. I came on to give you guys a quick tip everybody can do in this moment to deal with stress and anxiety because I know there is sure a whole heck of a lot of fear, stress, anxiety, all sorts of things happening right now with a lot of people. And I want to be able to give you a tool that you can use that's free and can change your state like that. And that is the power of our breath. Hello, Lola. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I miss you, my darling. Lola took my breathwork class, so she knows all about the power of your own breath. So I just wanted to come on and give everybody a quick tip. Listen, most people think breath, I know how to breathe, right? Most people don't understand. They think it's just like an automatic process that happens, which is, but that's not the important part. The important part is how you breathe. Most Americans don't breathe adequately. They don't breathe properly, which can cause a whole host of diseases in your body and stress and anxiety and all of these things. So if you're experiencing that and then you're not breathing consciously or properly, then that puts your mind and your body into more stress. And it's this really vicious cycle. So just learning to change how you breathe can change your state in any moment. So I wanted to share a few things with you before I give you this quick little technique to breathe better. But breathing properly can allow us to live longer and healthier lives. Breathing poorly, by contrast, can actually exacerbate and sometimes cause a laundry list of chronic diseases, including asthma, anxiety, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, hypertension, high blood pressure. Poor breathing habits can change the physical structure of our skeletons, depleting essential minerals and weakening our bones. So they've done all sorts of studies on our breath and how we breathe and how important it actually is. They did a study in the 1980s. Researchers with the Framingham study, a 70-year research program focused on heart disease, gathered 2 decades of data from 5,200 subjects. They crunched the numbers and discovered the greatest indicator of lifespan wasn't genetics, diet, or the amount of daily exercise, as many as suspected. It was lung capacity. Larger lungs equaled longer lives because big lungs allow us to get more air in with fewer breaths. They save the body from a lot of unnecessary wear and tear. So one of the first things, the last things, the biggest things that I teach people in my breathwork classes, it's ultimately the goal is to get you to a place where you're only taking 5 to 6 breaths per minute. And that's actually all we should be breathing. That starts, you can actually expand your lungs over time by practicing proper ways to breathe. And that starts with breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. Most people are mouth breathers, especially as we're in stress. You tend to breathe through the mouth, which, causes a whole host of reactions and things to happen in your body. So this person that wrote this Wall Street Journal article that I was reading to you earlier, she actually took part in a study to see if the effects, if she could feel the physical effects in her body. So she was part of this study working with Jayakar Nayak, chief of rhinology research at Stanford's Otolaryngology, head and neck surgery center. I'm just totally screwing that up. That's the point. It doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. But this person spent 10 awful days with silicone plugs in the nose, breathing only through my mouth. Within a single night, my formerly minimal snoring increased 13-fold. I suddenly had sleep apnea. My blood pressure shot up to stage 2 hypertension, while my stress levels spiked and cognitive scores plummeted. I felt anxious, stressed, fatigued. Within a day of switching back to nasal breathing, so she had those plugs in her nose for 10 days, which meant she can only breathe through her mouth. And that's when all of those things started happening. But within a day of switching back to nasal breathing, my snoring began to revert and soon was almost gone. I went from having 24 sleep apnea events a night to 0. My blood pressure dropped 20 points from its peak. The other subject in the experiment suffered the same damage from mouth breathing and the same restoration from nasal breathing. So that's just one article of how critically important it is to be more conscious of how you're breathing throughout the day. So I'm going to show you a little exercise that you can do to not only, long term to change the effects that the physical effects that your breath has on you long term, but short term too, like in a moment. Like this is an instant stress reducer. It gets rid of anxiety. Trust me, I suffered from chronic depression and anxiety from probably age 12 until up about 3.5 years ago. And the last 10 years before 3.5 years ago, I masked it with pain pills, pain pill addiction. So I know all about anxiety, and I know how the power of your own body can be your own pharmacy. So it's the two most important things is that you are breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So when you breathe in, you stimulate what's called your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system in your brain is fight or flight. It's stress for purposes of this short little quick teaching. It's stress. So when you're in any kind of a stress, you're in your fight or flight response. You're in your reptilian brain. And when you breathe in, it stimulates that. When you breathe out, it stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is when it's also known as rest and digest, when your body's relaxed, when all the systems are working properly in your body. And just extending your exhale triggers that parasympathetic nervous system. So what you can do in a moment, if you are feeling a lot of anxiety, quit watching the news. That's my first thing. Quit watching all the negative stuff happening. What you put in here will affect everything in your body and in your mind. So that's the first little lesson there. I snuck that one in. But really, the two things that are important is that you're breathing in through your nose. You should be breathing in through your nose all day, every day. And then breathing out through your mouth when you are actively doing this consciously. So what you're going to do is breathe in through your nose for about 5 seconds. Count to 5. And then breathe out through your mouth for about 7 seconds. 8. So the point is you want to extend your exhale for longer than your inhale. So what you can do really quick and easy way is breathe in for 4 seconds and then breathe out for 8 seconds. The other component to that, which I'm just giving you like a quick and dirty on because I go into much more depth in this on my breathwork class, is diaphragmic breathing. So breathing from your belly right here. So when you take a breath in through your nose, your tummy should be expanding, meaning your tummy should go out. And then when you breathe in, your tummy should go in. The easiest way to watch how this happens is to watch a baby laying on their back, and you will see their belly rising and falling. That's called diaphragmic breathing. You're initiating your diaphragm. You're breathing through your diaphragm. You're contracting your diaphragm as you take your breath. So while you're breathing with your belly, you're breathing in for 4 seconds through your nose, and then out for 8 seconds, and your belly should fall. So your belly should be rising and falling. You're actively engaging that diaphragm when you take a breath. So give it a try. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 8 seconds. Try this. Do this for a minute and see how calm and relaxed you feel. And instead of like taking something the doctor gives you, why don't you just use the power that you have within you? It's free. Nobody has to give it to you. And you can use it at any moment. So give it a try, people. If you want more info on my breathwork classes, I think everybody could use a little breathwork right now. I think Karen, as I call it, has put a lot of focus on our breath and breathing, which is an amazing thing, right? The attention and awareness is on breath, and we have it within us to help our bodies breathe better. Just by doing this, we reduce blood pressure, lowers inflammation, lower cholesterol, strengthens your immune system, And when you reduce blood pressure, obviously your risk of stroke and heart disease and heart attack all lower too. This is something that is really basic that we should be teaching our kids at a really young age. You go to the doctor, they're going to check everything else, the food you're eating, all of that. And the way you breathe is just as important. And again, it's free. So why not? All right. So there you go, people. Implement it, use it, relax, breathe, focus on all the good that you have in your life. We all need a little bit more of that right now in this world, focusing on the good in people and in our world. So I love you all. I'm starting my last live breathwork class. I'll be starting it on June 16th, I believe it is. Let me check. June 16th will be my last live class for a while. I'm working on getting it moved to a pre-recorded class so people can access it and do it at any time. So June 16th will be my last live class. I'm keeping them small. This class I have, I'm just finishing up next week, is a really large class. So yeah, I'm keeping it small so spots will fill up quickly. So let me know if you're interested. I'll send you the info. They have been so amazing. I love these classes. We're almost done with my 4th class, and great feedback, great groups, but I definitely, I want to keep them smaller. So let me know, and happy breathing, people. Till next time. Oh no. Okay, until next time.